$5 million a coin. And then we'd be doing this podcast, and you would say, Mike, all the comments from all my followers are, is it too late? And I would say, well, it's too late for you to get insanely rich. You're not going to get 100x, right? If you buy Bitcoin at 50,000 when it's 5 million, you're going to be bragging to your kids that you got 100x your return, right? So it's going to be too late for that, but it's not too late to buy it, because it's still better to buy the thermodynamically sound digital asset, which doesn't have all of the liabilities of real estate, stocks, or bonds. It's still going to go up in value faster than the S&P index. It's still going to be a better after-tax return than owning sovereign debt.
There's a quick excerpt from Michael Saylor, and he's telling you Bitcoin's going to $5 million in valuation, and right now is the time to get in. Even at $60,000, $70,000, the Bitcoin price is relatively cheap. So if you like this content, make sure you smash this like button. It helps with the algorithm. We really appreciate the support. Getting straight into it, why is Bitcoin dumping? We see that we are still net positive as far as the ETF inflows goes. Now, a lot of buying has dissipated a little bit. BTCO hasn't bought that much. If you look at from the 13th to the 14th, FBTC, they've slowed down. IBIT is still gobbling up Bitcoin. Grayscale is still selling Bitcoin. They stole about 3,000 compared to IBIT's 5,000, and that's roughly the difference here. But you see, this is one of the lowest buy days outside of a few days, but it's one of the lower buy days compared to one of the more aggressive buy days, but still net positive. So who is selling? Could the market just need time to reset? This is Bitcoin versus the US dollar on the daily chart. And what we see here is a rising wedge, which is historically a bearish pattern here. We see that Bitcoin's been putting in higher highs and higher lows, and this right here was just sort of trend exhaustion. And right here on the 4-hour, we see a lot of distance between the 20 and the 200 moving average. So this is technically a bearish channel once again. So when we were inside of here, there's a higher probability to fall back down than break out of this to the upside. And you got to wait for that confirmation. That confirmation was right here. We actually had a retest of that 20 moving average and then another fall down. Where's the technical target for this? Technical target will be down at the base of this wedge, which would be around $61,000. Will we go this low? That's not guaranteed, but that's what the technical target is for this level. If we did go down from when we broke out of this to where this target would be, the candle bodies, that would be a 16% retracement, so definitely a buy opportunity. If we go down to this wick and have another spam wick, maybe put a higher low in, that'd be a 18-19% correction. So there could be some lower price action over the upcoming days and weeks. Going into the halving in April, now above 60,000, it's still at the halving. That's still not bad, but all in all, a buy opportunity. One thing to look at here on the daily, this 20 moving average acts as support through bull markets, and we're still in a bull market, guys. So don't think the bull market is over with just quite yet. Now we have got, somewhat extended from the 20 moving average, as you see here, and we came back and might have almost kissed this 20 moving average perfectly. So we got to pay attention here. This 20 moving average at the current time this recording is at 64.9. So if we break below this, then we may be seeing, the low 60s range like we showed you here, but we may have already seen the most of this dump. That's a possibility as well. Note the distance between this 20 and 200 moving average. Looking at the previous bull cycle, this is the halving of 2020, and once we had this bullish breakout when this 20 crossed over the 200, what happened? We did fall back below it, one time in late 2020. But once we got comfortably above it, we just retested it a few times until ultimately having that blow off top. There was a few times we fell below it. Keep that in mind. Could we go below the 20? I'm not saying we have to stay above it, but the 20 tends to act as sort of a trampoline during bull markets when we have those retests. So, zooming on to where we are right now and zooming into the price action, is this that retest where it's just going to have, a brief cool off down to 65,000 and then have this bump and run continuation pattern? Because Bitcoin, as you see, even the daily is still putting in higher lows. So keep this in mind. So how do we know all this technical analysis? So this is because we have experience in the Forex markets, and as we showed you, this is a bearish pattern. What happens afterwards? Where's that technical target at? We showed you at the base of this wedge where it starts. Breakout, and we come down. You see how this wick down? The candle body didn't close down there, but it just came back and kissed it, and then you can actually have a continuation to the upside from here. If you're interested in wanting to learn more technical analysis, you can find this out at Bitcoin Bros 101. You just go to our learning tab and our ebooks. We wrote a book on this, and this is what the book is: The Crypto Millionaire Technical Analysis 101. This is a comprehensive book that encompasses, trading patterns, when to get in and get out of markets, and understanding the 4-year cycles. All the TA that you need for the crypto space is in this book. So if you're interested in getting it, it's only $15.99 on discount. Go ahead and check it out. Adam Beck is weighing in on MicroStrategy's valuation. How much Bitcoin per share can MicroStrategy accumulate between now and hyper Bitcoinization multiplied by the current Bitcoin price? That's the valuation range in his opinion. Do you guys agree with this? Because what he's saying is right now the price of Bitcoin per share of MicroStrategy isn't 1. So in that case, it would mean that MicroStrategy over the long term would not outperform Bitcoin like it's done since last year. What's your take on this? Do you think that this is the case? The Bitcoin bros don't think that it's just multiplying the Bitcoin valuation with how many Bitcoin MicroStrategy holds. That's definitely going to help appreciate the valuation. But right now, if you do that math, it's that valuation with a multiple of about 2 as far as the overall company valuation. So we don't fully 100% agree with this, but time will definitely tell. And then Crypto Tony, he's weighing in on the Bitcoin dominance. He's basically saying reduce altcoin exposure. We could see a blast up, a double top pattern before we see that alt season. Could this happen? Possibly, because this could be just a consolidation. This could be like a bull pennant that's forming before you hit this technical target from this bull pennant, before you see alt season. So looking at the Bitcoin dominance chart, why does he think this? So he's saying 57 to 58 range. So basically what he's doing, he's looking at this here, and he's pulling this left leg from up here. This will actually give you a breakout from this downwards resistance. So do we fully prescribe to this? If it was a breakout and fake out, potentially, but right here, if you look back in these charts, look at the big difference here when the 20 and 200 moving average had a lot of distance. And since then, what's happened? This distance has came down and almost crossed right here as a bearish cross. Didn't quite happen, but right now we're not as far as we were right here, which means this could be trend exhaustion. So we've been in this range. We put in a higher high here, a higher low, and then another higher high. This could be a double top pattern right here, which is a bearish indication. This McDonald's M, and you can also read about that in our book as well. But all in all, if this is a trend exhaustion, we will ultimately go to the downside. The levels you want to pay attention to is down to the 50, 48, 47. And if Bitcoin just stair steps its way down from up here, this could be that alt season that people are waiting for. And ultimately, this could fall all the way down to the low 40 range or lower. But this could be just distribution and trend exhaustion currently that we're seeing. So keep this in mind. And to leave you with this, Bitcoin is still leaving exchanges. The orange line shows you that Bitcoin continues to the exchange balance continues to go down. This is inversely correlated. As you see, this orange line and black line look like a mirror. The price is going to go up as the exchange balance goes down. This trend isn't changing, even though the price has just cooled off for a little bit. We're still in a bull run. This is a buying opportunity, so don't let this opportunity pass you. And with that, that's all I have for you today. Once again, I'm Sean with the Bitcoin Bros. You guys like this content, go ahead and smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and show us some love. We appreciate the support. With that, that's all I have for you today, and I'm out.